Oh, there we go. 53 just dropped. Okay, finally. So the Rams are keeping 3 quarterbacks, Matthew Stafford, John Wolford, and Bryce Perkins. They're keeping 4 running backs, Cam Akers, Darrell Henderson, and Jake Funk. And, of course, Kyron Williams and Jake Funk. Wide receivers, they're keeping Cooper Kupp, Allen Robinson, Van Jefferson, Tutu Atwell, Ben Skoranek, Brandon Powell, and Lance McCutcheon. Tight ends, they're keeping Tyler Higbee, Bryson Hopkins. Offensive line, they're keeping Joe Noteboom, David Edwards, Brian Allen, Coleman Shelton, Rob Havenstein, Alaric Jackson, Bobby Evans made it again, and Tremaine Ankrum Jr. Defensive line, they're keeping Ashawn Robinson, Aaron Donald, Greg Gaines, Marquise Copeland, Michael Hoyt, and Jonah Williams. Outside linebackers, they're keeping Leonard Floyd, Justin Hollins, Terrell Lewis, Daniel Hardy, who will be reverted to IR. That might be a move that they might have to make, and Keir Thomas. Inside linebackers, they're keeping Bobby Wagner, Ernest Jones, Christian Roseboom, and Jake Hummel. Corners, they're keeping Jalen Ramsey, David Long Jr., Troy Hill, Robert Rochelle, Jacoby Durant, and Darion Kendrick. Safeties, they decided to keep 5 here. Taylor Rapp, Nick Scott, Jordan Fuller, Terrell Burgess, and Russ Yeast. And specialists, they kept Matt Gay, Riley Dixon, and Matt Orzek, obviously. That is your 53. So my initial thoughts, I mean, obviously you had to keep the 3 quarterbacks, right? You know, I think that was the smart move, personally. So I like that move. Running backs, I told you they're going to keep Jake Funk. I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest with you, but whatever. I think Kyron Williams being already listed ahead of him on the depth chart speaks volumes to the type of player he is. Wide receiver, they didn't even keep 8. They kept 7. And, of course, Lance McCutcheon is seen there. Brandon Powell, Ben Skoranek, Tutu Atwell. So that's, that's the wide receivers. Tyler Higbee, Bryson Hopkins, they're only keeping 2 tight ends. They're keeping 8 offensive linemen. So my first thought, Bobby Evans, I don't know how he made the roster. I don't get it. I mean, the guy just isn't, he's not it, but whatever. Outside linebackers, I like the outside linebackers there. Now, real quick, Daniel Hardy, okay? Daniel Hardy is on the 53 because they have to wait to put him on an injured list. I'd imagine he's going to go to the injured list, and then what they're going to do is when they put him there, they're going to put Chris Garrett. If he clears waivers, they'll bring him back in some capacity. So that will probably be a re-signing there. Inside linebackers, love keeping Jake Hummel. I think he's really good. Very high floor. I mean, I think he could play right away if he needed to. Traven Howard isn't going to be ready, so I think it made a lot of sense to keep him. Corners, no surprise. Unfortunately, there's a lot of talent there. I really liked what Deron Lowe did. As you guys know, I've talked about him a lot. Really liked what Grant Haley did, not only last year, but then this year. I think at the end of the day, corner was pretty simple. Quentin Lake being on the PUP list means that he has to miss the first 4 games of the season, which is okay. I think the Rams will deal with that. Taylor Rapp, Nick Scott, Jordan Fuller, Terrell Burgess, and Russ Yeast. I was a little surprised to see Russ Yeast make it initially. It makes sense because Jordan Rodriguez was saying, it sounds like he's really going to make the team. So, that's your 53. Surprise cut, maybe our Curry. I thought they would have kept him, but, after they got rid of Jacob Harris, I mean, here's the thing, okay? I really like this roster. I really do. My only beef is really keeping, like I said, Jake Funk, I just don't think he offers anything as a running back. Really good special teamer, but so is, Jacob Harris. And then I think keeping Bobby Evans is just a waste of a roster spot. It's kind of hard to justify everything I was saying earlier and how they're win now all this, and they're keeping Bobby Evans. I mean, I don't know. This roster is not even close to done, though. Let's be real here. All right, this roster, is not even close to done. Yeah, it's weird. I don't remember a Rams team only having 2 tight ends, so they must have some plan. Skoranek might be utilized in that realm. He's listed at 224. Well, luckily for them, and I mentioned it earlier, there's plenty of tight ends out there. O.J. Howard was cut today by the Buffalo Bills, and I think he could be utilized in some capacity. Chris Herndon, Dalton Keene, Ryan Izzo, Kendall Blanton was cut again, so yeah, there's some guys out there. I mean, I think the Rams might be interested in a couple of the pass rushers that got cut. First off, Quincy Rochet. You look at his PFF grades, I mean, they show you, but the film shows you that this guy should be on a 53. He's already had experience playing for the Steelers and playing for the Giants. I would go out and get Rochet if I needed a pass rusher. They could be interested in that. Offensive line, way too many guys out there not to kick tires. Like I said, Bo Benchwell. Bradley and I. Yeah, he had a really good preseason with the Jets. He had a fun play where he strip sacked the quarterback, then picked up the ball and ran it back for a touchdown. I give it 85%. I couldn't tell you, Noah, because I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know how he made it. He did. Look, I don't have an issue with him personally, but you start cutting guys like Jacob Harris and Garrett, and you're like, well, then why is Evans making the team? Yeah, I mean, Funk makes more sense to keep on the roster than Bobby Evans, but I really like Jake Hummel. I've said it on here many times. I'm a fan of his game. I think he's the best Jake on the Rams right now. I'm just kidding. I don't care what people say. I do think he's the best Jake on the Rams right now. I think he has a high floor. I think that's really what it comes down to. I think he's got a high floor. So let's see what I did with the Rams 53. Let's see how many we got right. Stafford, Wolford, Perkins, 3 for 3. Akers, Hendo, Kyron Funk, 7 for 7. Kupp, A-Rob, Van, Tutu, Powell, Scope, McCutcheon, Harris. Oh, no. So, what is that? I mean, I got 14 out of 15. I got 14 right so far. Okay. Higbee and Bryson. So, I got 16 right. Noteboom, Edwards, Allen, Shelton, Havenstein, Jackson, Cologne, Ankrum, Arcuri. So, I got 16 right, and then offensive line, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So, I got 23. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So, that's all the defensive line, 29. Floyd, Hollins, so 30, 31, 32, and then I had Keir Thomas and Garrett, so that's 33, because I missed out on Garrett. Wagner, Jones, and Roseboom, that's 36. I left off Jake Hummel, because I didn't think that they would bring him onto the 53. I'm glad they did. Got the 6 right, so that's 42. I got 4 out of the 5, so that would be 46. So I got 49 out of 53, correct, on the 53-man roster. 49 out of 53. The only ones I got wrong, Jacob Harris, Chris Garrett, not having Jeremiah Cologne, and having Arcuri. That's it. I didn't have Russ Yeast. I didn't have Jake Hummel. Although I'm glad Hummel made it, I just didn't think they'd keep him. Just because I thought they'd only keep 3. So I'm glad they did.